Okay, everything's working. For this, I'm just gonna show off my builds real fast. I had like a couple people in my comments asking me, so here we go. To start, the fresh build. This is recommended for fire ants, ladybirds, infected brood mother, just infected ladybug, pretty much infected bugs, and fire ants. For this, all you really need is a trinket with fresh out best. You could get some other effect, it'll help a lot, or fresh out major. I would highly recommend at first going for the fresh axe with fresh out best. It doesn't have to be perfect like mine, as long as it has a best. And then after that, you use that axe and you in that trinket to kill the infected brood mother to get a fresh sword, which is a lot better.
Looks good from here.
And for the mutations you use for that, obviously Blade Master, Cook the Grass, Trapper Peeper, Sour Sensation, and Spicy Safety. For my Explorer build, what I highly recommend, any infused weapon with quickness, and it doesn't have to be sprint distance either. The important part is quickness, a hammer, obviously, so you can break stuff, some sort of weapon with loot luck, and make it a lot easier to just like get higher drops and more infused weapons from bugs. A torch, just so you can see, the aphid slippers, and then the quickness cone. And for the mutations, obviously just a run around, natural explorer, cardio fan, dissection expert, and human. For the fifth one, you can have whatever. I just prefer running parry master, just because for your solid builds, you don't really need much. This is highly recommended against his mantis, wasp queen, and the ox beetles. That's about it. A trinket with just salt best, you don't need implant. I've gotten this from just re-rolling a bunch or just getting lucky with trinkets. And then just an infused club with salt best. That's all you really need. And for the build, it's not that hard to get. I don't recommend using Barbarian unless you're fighting either Assistant Manager, Smector, or Wasp Queen. Because they're in Mantis, you're gonna need the parry or you're dead. Instead of that, you should probably run something like Smash and Resist here. And for the other mutations, Cook the Grass, Trapper Peeper, Cardio Fan, and Sour Sensation. That's the build you would most likely use for Mantis. For a Thorns build, which is the build that I use, I highly recommend not making a build like this until you're past New plus 7, which is when you actually start to have enough health to tank stuff like this. Obviously, either Black Ant armor, either that or this armor, roly-poly leggings, chest plate, and helmet. And then a shield just for the extra like ability to tank. A spear with reflect damage best, and I highly recommend this. This makes the fight so much easier. A trinket with reflect damage best and trickle regen. And for the mutations, they are Javelineer, that gives you thorns when you hit another bug. Natural Explorer, Cardio Fan, Sour Sensation, and Spicy Safety. I highly only recommend using this on Mantis or Broodmother, but I have a build that's faster to kill for the Broodmother, and the Mantis is the only bug that attacks slow enough for you to be able to tank hits like this. And for these past 4 builds, other than this one, which you use aphid slippers, you want to use this armor set. And if it's a one-handed weapon, then the shield. For this build, use that armor set from the last one. This is for the Dramatic, Smector, and the Assistant Manager. All you really need for this is the club with sour best and the trinket with sour best. And for the mutations, it's the same as this. But if you're doing the Jawmatic, you're gonna want to run, where is it? This, and then this. It'll make the fight a lot easier. And I also highly recommend using a head mount of the fire ant. And if you wanna like try to go for an amazing trinket for the Jawmatic, I recommend trying to find one with sour best and plus defense attack. It'll make the Jawmatic get a breeze, like have little to no problem. For the spicy build, this is fairly easy to get. For this, all you really need is a trinket with spicy up best. You don't need one that's like mine. I just got really lucky with roll, and then one with just spicy up best on here too. I just got really lucky with these two. And for the mutations, it's the same as what do you call it? It's the same as the one-handed swords, Blade Master, the 2 crit mutations, Sour Sensation, and Spicy Safety. And for all of these, except for the Explorer and then the Thorns build, you want to run this armor set. For the Explorer, you want to run Aphis Livers instead of the leggings, and for this, until you're like at Nugan plus 10, which you can't take that much damage anymore, you want to keep running this armor set. But once you make it past Nugan plus 10, run this. It'll make the fight a lot easier without losing too much damage. That's all my builds. Appreciate the people that watch this. Feel free to subscribe and whatever, blah blah blah. Yep, that's all. Oh my god, I can't stream.